Let me welcome all of you to another Monday edition of our co-founder training. We do it every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate all of you that came here live. You got a big treat today, right, guys? Well, we did.
Yes, indeed.
I taught you a lot, gave you a lot of inside baseball, because you showed up live. Stuff that's not really meant for YouTube. So you have that. But someone's got a recipe going here. I don't know who that was, but lemon and oyster sauce. It sounds like the beginning of something good. Okay. Anyway, so um, yeah. So coming live, you're definitely treated with get greater information and understanding of pool funding, and there's a big benefit. And honestly, the burden of training your people should be on me, not on you, right? How many of you guys like the idea of me training your people instead of you training your people? How do you guys like that?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
So get them here for the live training, okay? Now, if they absolutely I mean, it's just impossible with the time zone they're in and the time that we do this, and it just doesn't work for them. They're either at a job or they're sleeping. Fine. That's what YouTube is for, okay? But let me ask you guys a question. I wonder if you guys understand that I've been offering you guys $3,000 a month, and you've been receiving it, right? At least you can see it show up in your account for the most part. Yeah, and all you need was one referral to actually access a giveaway. It's a giveaway. It's a $3,000 a month giveaway. Okay. How many of you are grateful for that giveaway? How many of you are grateful? Anybody here grateful for that?
I
Yeah,
am.
Great,
absolutely.
for sure. Yeah.
Only three of
Awesome.
you?
I am.
Four?
I am.
Okay. All right. Because we need to have more gratitude, especially those people that can't come here live. In a way, by you coming here live, you're telling me you're grateful. Okay. But for those of you that can't come live and you can watch it on YouTube, okay, why not leave a positive comment and give it a thumbs up when I do these trainings? Okay. Would that show some gratitude? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
I'm telling you, one of the three pillars of pool funding is gratitude. And if we don't do a good job on that pillar, okay, if we have a lack of gratitude inside of our community because our inability to like something, click, that's all it takes to like something. Our inability to make a one little positive comment on a video or on a post or whatever. We're not talking about you got to do it every day. We're talking you got to do it a couple of times a week, right? But the fact that so many are not doing it, right? It means that they didn't understand the message of gratitude that I've been putting out again and again and again and again and again. I wouldn't be keep putting that message out so many times if it actually wasn't extremely valuable for the whole community. Okay. Picture a new person coming into the YouTube channel and taking a look at it. No comments. Another video. No comments. Another video. One comment. Another video. One comment. Another video. No comments. And they go on from video to video to video, seeing the lack of gratitude that this community has for the founder, creator coming out on camera and tell you all about pool funding. How's that going to look to a new person that's considering pool funding as an option to join? And imagine if you did a lot of work to bring that person's attention to a pool funding, and you want them to take pool funding seriously, but the failure of the community to show proper gratitude wasn't there. How do you feel now when it's happening to you? When you're trying to get someone to sign up, they're doing their investigation, and their investigation is showing that, yeah, it all sounds good, but I'm not seeing evidence from the people that this is working, right? And see, that's what people want. They want to see evidence, guys. They want to see evidence. Okay. So let's bone up on our gratitude. Some big changes are coming, okay? Big changes are coming in pool funding. I'm going to prepare you guys for that now. Here's something I want you guys to prepare for. I've been trying to get a two-tiered system built, but it's looking impossible at this point. So get ready to see this. Can you all see this image here for the Connect Wallet system?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, when we launch this thing, everybody's going to see this. So if you're an existing member, you're going to see this pop up. By the time it pops up, okay, by the time we actually update the system where this pops up on you, I don't want you to be surprised. Okay, and you need to know that this is coming. And so that way, if you got a MetaMask wallet, you just click on MetaMask and click right through. Okay, that's all you got to do. Right below MetaMask will be another option where it says other wallets, and you can click on that. And then if you're on SafePal or whatever, you can click on SafePal, and then you can connect using your SafePal. I mean, there's like 50 different wallets that this thing will work with. So the Connect Wallet system is a third-party system, and it works with anything out there. All the different wallets, including MetaMask. So that's a big change, and we need to spread the word about the big change, because we have thousands of people doing transactions every day, something like 6,000-7,000 transactions happening every day between the three pools. Okay, could you imagine if people were surprised, and then what are they going to do? Oh, I'm not going to make my payment. This is weird now, and then how that affects everybody upline, downline, right? And then I'm going to go check with someone on the executive team, and then how overwhelmed there's 7 of them, right? But imagine if there were hundreds of people trying to get a hold of the executive team all at once, right? See the problem I'm talking about here, guys? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We don't want that kind of disruption. So I'm telling you right now that instead of just launching this thing out there, we're going to prepare you all, and I'm counting on you that show up live to help spread the word. Get ready for the new login system. It's an overhaul, a big change. We overhauled the system with this, but it's just a couple of more clicks. We want you to get used to that Connect Wallet image. We're going to keep throwing that in front of you for a couple of weeks, and then we'll launch it, and then you should be ready for it by the time we launch it. Okay. All right. So that's a big change, and it's coming. Okay. That's coming in a couple of weeks. I was hoping to launch this new one-click to join system, now, but I can't because of the existing members. It's too disruptive, and I can't do it. We tried every which way to do a two-tiered system. We tried for 3 weeks to code it so we'd have a system for the old people and a system for the new people. And every time we tested it, it had too many bugs, bug after bug after bug, and we're not gonna roll something out that we can clearly see it's already got bugs. So we've given up on the idea of a two-tiered system. And so we're not going to do a two-tiered system, guys. We're going to do a universal system, and we're going to prepare the existing older members to get ready for the new change when it comes to logging into the pool funding website. This little thing is going to pop up. You need to be familiar with it. We'll have videos that will show step by step what to do, when it pops up. Everything is going to be laid out, probably a document, a PDF. We'll have everything before we roll the system out. So that will be not disruptive to the existing members. But the new members are going to love it because they can just join pool funding with one click. They can just join us just by connecting with Google or connecting with Facebook or Apple. Just connect, right? And people are going to love that. So that's all coming very soon in a couple of weeks, but it's a big change. Now, another thing is we have halted installed the distributions for almost the entire month of May. Okay. And that's because of this. We got a problem with certain people. And even yesterday, these people show up and they show us that we still have a problem here. Okay. But if you like, take a look at PFG. Okay, look at that there. Look what happened yesterday. Okay. Bam. Terrible, right? This is one person doing all this bull crap. We know who they are as far as their wallet addresses goes. We know who they are, you know. So we've identified them by their wallet address. And most of the people that if we have their wallet address, we know what their username is in pool funding. So like over 90%, maybe 95% of all the wallet addresses that are in our blockchain, we have a corresponding username. We know who who the person is. Okay, but there are a handful of that are unknown, right? And they do have an impact. So that's just one example, right? We saw a small example earlier today. This little tiny blip here, with someone making a sell on our coin. Okay, there should be no selling right now. Right now, it's no selling until we hit our price targets. No selling, no selling. That's the deal. All right, and then this right here, the other day, this happened. Okay, someone sold. Okay, and things were looking pretty awesome there at 60,000. Now we're back down to 25,000. Okay. And then PFI has been kind of bouncing around. It did go down there to about 1,800. Now it's back up to 22. So it's been kind of resting here at the 22. But it wants to go over $3,000 here. You can see that it wants to go up. Okay. But we do have a few sellers out there, and we have a lack of buyers. So it's really a combination of the two. Okay. So in order to fix this, we stopped giving ammunition to potential sellers. What we're going to do moving forward is instead of giving ammunition to just anybody who randomly joins our website, we're going to get to know who's joining our website, and we're going to at least get a picture out of them, who they are. We need to know who they are, take a picture. Just like at the ATM machine, guys, they take a picture of you, okay, when you go do a transaction on an ATM machine. Now, your picture, your information, we're not going to share it with any government ever, or with any other institution or third party whatsoever. There's no need for us to do that. Okay. In your information, your private information, it's not like we're asking for government IDs. We don't even need that information. We just want to identify the living human being, right? And so we're not verifying things like your name and your birth date. Nothing that doesn't matter to us. Okay. But we do want to know that you don't have more than one account. So if your picture shows up on multiple accounts, you got a problem there because you're violating a very big policy. Okay, and you can be terminated over that. Okay, all of your accounts, you can be terminated. You shouldn't be doing that. You should only be one person, one account. That's the deal. And we're talking really mostly adults here. Really is what we should be doing. It's with adults. All right, and then each adult should be the one controlling their own account, so there's no managing of other people's accounts. Why? Why would do that? That's crazy. Okay, no, each adult manage. It's a 2-minute activity that anyone can learn to do. Okay, even the technology challenge can eventually be taught and trained to do it. Okay, all right. I could point some of you out here by name that I would put in the technologically challenged box, and you learned how to do it. So, I know this can be done by any adult. It's really not that hard, but we are going to be taking a picture later on. The software is going to, when you go to pay now, it's going to ask to take your picture first, and you should let it do that. Okay. Most people are using a phone. Most phones have like a camera, no problem. So you need to you need to do that. That's going to be part of the ongoing process to make sure that people are not having more than one account, because we don't want to be stuck in a forever, the price is going down again. We don't want that forever. A little bit right now, fine. We can get over it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna basically no more arming the people that are gonna sell coins prematurely. We're not going to give them any more coin. Those of you that we can trust, we'll give you $3,000 a month of coin. Okay, as part of our giveaway, our $3,000 a month. You only need one person for that, one referral. in order to access 3,000. And but if we trust you, you can have that. If we don't trust you, we're not going to give it to you. All right. Now, Scott, you had your hand up earlier. Was it regarding that? Was Scott still
He's
here?
gone. He
Yeah, to leave. Yeah.
Oh, he had to
Yeah.
go. Okay. All right. I
He
know
put
you.
it-
he
put
put
it-
his question in the chat. I went ahead and answered it for him.
Oh, okay. So he got his question answered. Okay. I'm glad he got it.
Yep.
Then, but I was going over this before I started the recording, but it's important that we are responsible on who we're giving $3,000 a month to, because it's money in the market, you know what I'm saying? And it's in their power, we're decentralized, so everybody, where's all the coin? It's in the various different wallets of all of you. That's where the money's at. It's not like we got one big pot that everybody puts their money into. The pot is a collective decentralized organization of individuals that have the money in their wallets. And so if we do the right thing, then 100% of the members benefit. Okay. And when some of us do the wrong thing, then we need to deal with those individuals and sort them out, and certainly never give them more ammunition, right? You understand? That's the thinking behind this. Okay. So
Right.
we want to limit, who we're giving, coins to, because we want people to have it, right? We want them to take advantage of a system that gets, it helps them to get ahead. Even in their first month, they can get ahead just by the system alone. They can get ahead. And so that's what we're wanting to do. But helping someone get ahead, that person that we're helping needs to also understand that they come with responsibility, and that responsibility is centered on the commitment here. Okay. The commitment everybody's making is right on the account page of our website. Okay. To go to our website right here. Okay. This is the account page. Pool funding commitment. Every word of the commitment is spelled out here. Okay. Yes, there's an opportunity to sell. Okay, there's conditions for it, right here, right there. But that's after we hit our price targets, not before we hit our price targets. Okay. Realize that this is meant to benefit all members, not just some members. Okay. It's not just meant to benefit me at the expense of all of you, right? It's meant to benefit all of us, including me. Okay, that's how this is all designed, but it requires each individual making that commitment. And in order to make sure that the commitment is real on your part, on you, on your individual part, we want to interview you. A member of our executive team will be ready to interview you starting today. Okay, you schedule a time to meet with the executive team. I'm going to meet with them in about 10 hours from now. To go over this with them. But after 10 hours from now, they will be ready to meet with you, and then ongoing. And any one of them will be equipped to do this. I'm going to train them today how to do this, but they're going to interview each of you on a Zoom call. Okay. Sorry, that's not what I want. I want this. So this is the executive team here. And we want to get more people connected to our Telegram group, because I think we have more members than we have people on Telegram. So get more of you connected, because that's where the information is flowing and the updates are flowing, is through Telegram. Okay. So there you go. You'll be reaching out to them, and they will take a picture of you, so you'll have your camera on the Zoom call. They'll just do like a screenshot of your face, and then that will be used later for comparison. The same person logging in every day, when it takes a picture, is it the same person we interviewed, right? And that's how we can know we can trust you, right? And as long as we can trust you, we can make you extremely rich. Okay. Is that fair enough? If we can trust you,
Very fair.
we will make
Sounds
you
good.
extremely rich. Okay. If we can't trust you, then we're gonna move around you. We're not gonna work with people we can't trust. Okay. So that's the deal. That's why we want to interview you. Now, that's not forever. That's for maybe the first couple of thousand people, are going to be interviewed, and then after that, we'll automate it for all the new people coming in after that. And then they will they'll go through more of an automated process, but it's same thing, commitment, all that, take a picture, it'll all be automated. But I want to take special care now because we're trying to get things done in a time frame that's really tight. We want to move quickly, and so we need to know, even just going on a face-to-face discussion with a human, other human being, really makes that commitment real. Somehow just clicking on a screen, it doesn't feel as real. You see my point? You know what I'm saying? So this is why we're really having the human element here, because a lot of you are sitting on, proportionately very large amounts of our coin, proportionately. Okay. And so you have a great deal of responsibility with being, a lot of you are wells and have, you're going to be wells forever in pool funding. And we want to make sure that we can trust you as a well, because a well could come in and just really push the price of our coin down in one swoop if they wanted to, but it'd be harming themselves, first of all, if they did that. But secondly, it just looks ugly on the chart when it happens, and we want to minimize that. So if there's any selling, we want it to be so small we don't notice it. You know what I'm saying? It's just those big red candles that are so upsetting. Wouldn't you guys agree with me when I say that?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
It's the big red candles
Yes.
that upset us. It's not the little ones that bother us, right? So some selling should be fine, right? But big, we this is why we're going to go through this. So starting now, we're going to interview people. So spread the word that, hey, if you want to get distribution turned back on for your account, you have to go through an interview with one of the executive team. Okay. Not me. Okay. Them. There's only one of me. There's 7 of them. Right. So that'll be their job. And I think most of you will be even more comfortable with that anyway. Some of you are shy around me. So they'll take a picture, they'll ask you some questions, and then they'll let you know if you passed the interview or not at the end of the interview. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
They'll tell you right there if you passed or you didn't pass, right? Okay. If you pass, that means when we do distributions, you're going to be in the next batch, right? You'll be in the next batch of people to get distributions, and the program will then insert you, and then there'll be some catching up to do. Now, here's a very important thing, catching up. Okay. All of you need to do this right now. Okay. If you're hearing my voice, you need to copy me right now. Okay. This is probably not going to be enough. $4.47 is not going to be enough. I need to make sure I got enough here. So I want to go into my account here, because we're gonna do a catch up. Okay. So if you take a look here, PFS received, and we go to 30th page, and then we go to the next page. Okay. Notice how this was 28. So like April 28th, April 28th, April 28th. That's when I say catch up, it's like that. Here's another example. 24, 24, 24, whoops, 24, 24, 24. So that was definitely a catch up right there, right? But see, we're going to be catching up about 3-4 weeks. Okay. So we're talking about, 20 to 30 entries, per person. But, is your account ready to cover that? Because that's probably times 3 coins, and, you're going to need to cover the transaction fees. So we need to bump this up. Okay. Let me make sure I got enough here. Tokens, $7. Okay. I got 4 there. I'm going to do $6. So let's just do that. Let's go $6 of it. Click. You should have $10 in here, guys. So pay now. Beef up your transaction fee. I don't know, wallet. I don't know what to call it. All right, so I just bumped mine from $4 to $10. See that there? I mean, that change there. Okay, important that you do that because we go to catch up and we don't have enough transaction fees to catch you up. You're the problem, not us. That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So beef up, everybody should beef up their thing by $10, please. All of you. Okay, do that. Get it up to $10 so that when we, by the time that we interview you and when we're ready to start distributing coin to you, you're not holding us up because you didn't have enough in there. Okay. So that's very important. So these are very important updates. Big changes are coming. There's some happening right now. Like, I want you guys to start lining up your interviews today with the executive team. You guys that are live, you should jump on that right away. Get in the front of the line, so that you can get your interview done. Okay. And as long as you're not running multiple accounts and you're only running one account, and you you haven't been selling any coin, in the last little while, you should be able to pass this interview no problem, right? Get your picture done, and then just when you're asked, are you gonna keep the commitment or follow the commitment, you just say yes to that. That's how you pass. Right? It's real simple. Shouldn't be shouldn't be hard to pass this thing. And six of the seven executives are pretty ladies. So if you like talking to pretty ladies, I know even ladies like to talk to pretty ladies. So you got six of them to choose from, and one handsome guy. So you got a handsome guy and six pretty ladies to talk to, and you can go get interviewed by one of them, and they can get you through the process, and it only take a couple of minutes. Maybe 5 minutes total, maybe less. To be interviewed, and you'll know by the end of the interview if you passed or you didn't pass. Any questions? No questions, and then we can catch up on all the coins we didn't distribute to you during the month of May and get all caught up. You get all that, and it goes right into your MetaMask wallet. Happy, woo, cha-ching, And it's because we can trust you.
Question.
Yes, and that would be Steve West. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
That would be me. Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey, is it business as usual with your sponsor? Even though I haven't done an interview yet, but I mean I'm quite willing to do it right now. But is it still business as usual with your sponsor as we move on?
Yeah, of course. You're still paying your sponsor. So when you click the pay now button, 100% of what you're paying goes to your sponsor as long as they're active, right? That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Sure. Thank you.
So we're talking about the pool funding coins and that's when you pay your sponsor, what you get in your account is pool funding coin, and it takes 90 days for that as a season, and then it shows up in your MetaMask wallet automatically. I don't think you've had enough season yet. You're kind of new, right, Steve? So you haven't been in longer than 90 days. Am I right?
Oh, I'm still within 14 days or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got something
very
to look
new.
forward to in about 2 months from now when you'll start getting pool funding coins into your MetaMask wallet daily. That's how it's supposed to go. So it takes 90 days for it to season.
Yeah. So at the moment, it's sitting in the
Your account.
What do you call it? The pool funding
Website.
IO
Yeah.
account. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad we could clear that up for you. And I'm sure new people love questions like that because you probably when you ask a question, it's probably more than one person out there wanting to know the answer to that question. So we do appreciate questions. Hello, Paul from the UK. What do you think about all
Hi.
these big changes? And what do you think, man?
I think it's important that we protect what we've got and we protect what we're working towards. So yeah, whatever's required, whatever's needed to be done.
Good deal.
We've got something very special, and we need to look after it. We need to protect it, no doubt. Yeah, but I put my hand up because there's a couple of special people on the call.
Okay.
Yeah, in particular Sherry and her team, and in particular Raquel, who's part of Sherry's team. Raquel is absolutely
this is the new, It's like the Beatles or something big like that, showing up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Raquel's doing a great job. I've just seen a picture down there. I don't
Yeah.
know how to pronounce it. Pulsifer, is it? Pulsifer? How do you pronounce it?
It's
Raquel, come on, I see you.
Pulsifer. You got it right. It's
Okay.
Pulsifer.
How many people have you onboarded in the last few days?
I've onboarded 6 today, and I have 3 more coming on tomorrow.
6
Way to
today.
go.
And yeah, I plan on having the 11 within the week.
Amazing. And how many in your team now?
Go, go, go.
Oh my
And the whole
God.
team, Cheryl has 4. Tomoko
incredible.
just signed up 1. And I think that person will be signing up her husband and another person.
And that's just in a week. Is that right?
It's
Yeah.
in the weekend.
Yeah, you just barely signed up a couple of days ago yourself, right?
Yeah, I got with Sherry not too long ago. Yeah.
So you signed up and then immediately rounded up about 10 people that were interested. I did a Zoom with you and them. And was it a good Zoom? Did it turn out good for everyone?
It did. It really got everybody interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they talked to other people that was in our group, and they're trying to wrap their head around it, but we're going to pull them in. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the giveaway is for real, and it's a way that we're attracting new people. And I always say birds with a feather flock together. So people that already kind of got social networks, like they actually still talk to people. A lot of people in 2025 have isolated themselves down to the point where they're not talking to anybody ever. They go a couple of years not talking to anyone, and then they go to try to reach out to humans again, and they find it a little bit of a challenge. And we got some of those kind of people here listening to my voice right now. And but Raquel, she has a social network. She didn't lose touch. She didn't isolate herself. So as a brand new person, she comes in, it's easy for her bring people in. Like when I became a millionaire, I signed up, and on my first day, I signed up 23 people on my first day on the opportunity that turned me into a millionaire. And that's because I was trying different stuff and doing different things. I had already kind of like assembled, like-minded people around me. And then I just said, this is it, guys. Now join this, right? And I got them all to join on my first day. And then 9 months later, I was a millionaire in that other opportunity. So Raquel's kind of an example of that if you're already connected with people and you got some credibility with those people, that then it's very easy for her to come in and join Pool Funding and have explosive growth, because she's not coming from a place of isolation. She's coming from a place of what I would call normal, So forget about the new normal. We like the old normal, right? And so let's stick with the old normal, and the people that she knows are like her. They're still normal, and they got people around them that care about them, and they'll listen to them. And Pool Funding will spread very quickly through those kind of networks of human networks that exist, like Raquel's network. And we're very excited for Raquel. We're gonna give her some gold stars, and we'll give her some a lot of credit for coming in and having a fast start. So she's our fast start queen right now. How about that? We'll give you that tiara today, fast start queen. Okay. So we like that.
Yeah.
And we want to duplicate that. We want to recognize it, because we want to duplicate it over and over and over again. We want to see more of that. So I'm sure Sherry's very proud of you. She's all the way over there in Australia, and very proud of you.
Yeah.
Right, Sherry?
Yes,
Hey,
absolutely.
there you are, Sherry.
Yeah, I've been
Yes,
working with
you've
Rochelle
been
for
very,
about.
very supportive
Sherry
of me.
has
Thank
been
you very
very
much.
helpful. Yes, Rochelle's great. Oh, Raquel, sorry. We've been working together for about 5 weeks, and her and Sabby, and yeah, it's good. Loving it. She's
So-
doing great. I was blown away. She just got on a run, and then she's just taken it away.
So Raquel got a full dose of transparency today. Was it too much for you, or are you okay?
No, I'm good.
Like if it was an X-ray machine, we turned it on too long. But yeah, you got blasted today with transparency. But hey, if you know, that's life. Life is about. I've been waiting for that forever. Finally arrived, huh?
Ace, you mentioned the Beatles. I had to show you my shirt that
Oh,
I'm wearing.
are you wearing
My
that right
background
now?
there.
Is that the Beatles?
No, that's my background one, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, I just had to share that.
That's nice. I love it. Yeah, I mean, think about before the Beatles, there was, there was like Elvis Presley, right? But there was just not, there wasn't really anything. But then, and then it's almost like music changed after the Beatles, right? So, and there's been through a
Most certainly.
series of changes after that.
You bet.
Well, I just
All right,
I
onwards
was
and upwards.
I was losing confidence in getting things mailed to me. This was mailed to me about 6 weeks ago. It finally arrived, you know. I thought I was never gonna get it. So, all right. Paul, you still got your
snail
hand up?
mail. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, one
in the
tiny.
Philippines, it's horrible here, Go ahead, Paul.
I've got one tiny little request. I don't know if it's possible, but I've been helping Raquel and a few others onboard people. And what really throws people is when they attach their wallet, the video starts playing behind
Yep.
automatically.
Yep.
It's off-putting. Can we set that so that it doesn't play automatically, so that it can be can be watched?
I
Clicked.
think some of those videos can be just eliminated, so
Okay,
just
cool. That
remove
would
it.
help.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
I've already had a talk with the programmer about that. His head was down for 3 weeks just trying to get this one thing done. And now we're back to, do this. So I have a whole bunch of projects I want him to get done, including genealogy. We're gonna have
Wow,
genealogy in June, guys. How about that?
awesome.
Awesome. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be
That'll
great.
be cool.
Yeah.
That will be cool.
Five people up and everybody down to infinity. Okay. So
Wow,
yeah.
amazing.
So we'll have that.
Very great.
And so cool. A lot of good things going on, guys. The thing about being out in the open like we are, okay, is that sometimes people are just looking for a reason not to do something, and then they just hear like, oh, so it looks like they're still struggling or they're still having issues. No, no. The truth of the matter is that we're overly transparent. Most other things in the world are under transparent. They have issues, they have things going on. You just never hear about them, right? Because
Scam.
they don't share, right? And you're right. Most of them are scams anyway. And so in order to give people, some comfort, we want them to know that we don't have anything to hide. I am the creator. I am the founder of Pool Funding. I come out here multiple times a week with my own face, my own voice. This is the real guy, living in the Philippines, a real place, and all because you guys have been bombarded with so many false opportunities or scams or limited opportunities where not even the creator of those things has confidence that anybody can make any money at them, and so they don't even come out in the open and show themselves at all ever, or they might put a fake picture on a website and say it's them, when it's not. I mean, but it's so hard to try to look at a real deal because there's so few out there. Pool funding is one of the few that's real. And I'm backing it up with my personhood 100% here. And just know that transparency is a two-edged sword. It cuts one way, it makes people comfortable, but when it cuts the other way, it's like, look, we're just telling you what's going on, and you realize all of the things that we discussed that fall into the problem or issue category, those are always temporary, right? And we always know that there's things are going to get better, right? And so always look at it in the light of we're bringing up and bringing people's awareness of something to the table, because that's part of the process of getting through it quicker and making it better faster, right? So any kind of challenge, we're in it together, guys. We're all in the same boat. Okay. I've set this up as a level playing field. I make money the same way you make money in pool funding. I build a team, you build a team. It's a level playing field. And that's another positive thing. So, so we appreciate the whole team that's come together here and starting in Australia, and with Raquel coming in, being a part of that, and her whole team. I met them, awesome people. All the people I met, they had their cameras on. I was able to talk to them. They were lively, they were intelligent. So yeah. So we just, we need about 10,000 of those, and we call them co-founders, and we'll be all set. Okay. All right. So that's enough of that. Thank you all for coming to another one of our trainings today. Tomorrow we're going to do an opportunity meeting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So bring new people to that. Okay. And then the next training will be on Thursday. And then I'm still thinking of doing another rally on Saturday. So I'd like to do them every week, but it might make sense to do them every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna ask for some feedback from some of you on that, whether we should do it every week or every 2 weeks, as far as the well rallies go. Okay.
Question.
Oh, got another question?
Well,
That'd be Rod. Go ahead, Rod.
Yes, please. I'm not too sure that I understand what the transaction fee is. Is that for when after 90 days you get your coins put into your wallet? Is that what the transaction fee is for or not?
That is correct, 100%. So in other words, the coin costs money to move it from the main wallet over to your wallet, right? So I think it works out to about 2.5 cents per transaction. So it's a little cheaper than what you normally pay.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, because otherwise the burden would be centralized if it weren't for that. And that would be, that could turn into the number one expense if we were trying to centralize that burden. Doesn't make sense to centralize it. So that's why we put that there. Okay, so there you go. Excellent question, Rod. We appreciate you being here. Anybody else before we close out today? Going once, going twice? All right. How about everybody unmute and say, bring lots of people tomorrow to the opportunity meeting.
Bring
lots of people
lots of people tomorrow.
People.
The opportunity meeting.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.
Good night.
So is. Night.